Shit, I may be wrong, but either way, I'm just...
Welcome to the I Feel Like Roasting channel. I am your host, Kmacc McCarthy, and this is my sports report. We got a lot of sports news, but mostly off the field, which is the best kind of sports news. Antonio Brown was issued an arrest warrant for fighting with a truck driver who was moving his things from California to Florida, and he didn't want to pay an extra $4,000. Antonio Brown apparently first disagreed. The guy went away, then he agreed, and he was going to pay extra or interest or whatever. So then he paid the $4,000, and then he didn't want to pay the interest or the tip or whatever it was. So he proceeded, him and his bodyguard, to beat up the guy and whatever else he did to him. I think they tried to rob him. He has a robbery charge and an assault charge, some felony charges. His trainer there, who helped him beat him up, has already been arrested for felony battery. And there are some serious charges in the way Antonio Brown's been acting in Florida with his baby mama and all that stuff. They're going to try to push for a felony. You know, he's been acting a little too outrageous for them not to get excited about putting him in jail. Like, definitely judges and prosecutors are excited as fuck right now. Like, yeah, we get to throw Antonio Brown in jail just because we don't like him, you know? And it's easy for me to come on here and say I don't like him, but, you know, Antonio Brown, if you saw the hit that gave him, clearly he has some CTE issues. He got hit by Vontaze Burfict that one game and had the still hands. Like, he got really hit hard, rocked, not even moving. He's clearly got some issues mentally. And I mean, he was like your normal. I remember thinking about him as a boring guy in the beginning, that just a hard worker that just went out from nowhere. He was at a D2 small school and worked his way up to the top, being the best receiver, and then he got loud and everything. But in the beginning, he was just a hard worker and just dedicated to football, just loved playing football and getting better, and was one of the best route runners I had ever seen, you know? He was fast as hell, but not even the fastest. His routes were just so good that you couldn't guard him, or whatever you would call it. You couldn't cover him. So that's how Antonio Brown used to be. And clearly he got these hits and now is acted out this way. You know, he's joining Le'Veon Bell and making terrible rap music. It's sad to see some of the video now with him swearing at the police and his baby mama. If she was really trying to steal his car, then I'm on his side. But, you know, he can't swear at the police like that and think they're not going to try to pursue felonies in this case and get all pumped to put him in jail. Yeah, like, Antonio Brown is really messing up his life, and I don't want to see him go the Delonte West route where, you know, you could see Antonio Brown going the Delonte West route. Seriously, I know Antonio Brown's made way more than Delonte West, but Antonio Brown starts getting arrested for these charges, rape charges and whatever. People start taking his money. He could really go down that route. Not the Aaron Hernandez route, but that's just in my mind because I watched the documentary and it showed his CTE, the brain scans, and just how different a CTE brain is. It's smaller. It doesn't look anything like a normal human brain. So it's kind of scary. I don't, you know, as much as Antonio Brown, yeah, he's annoying and this and that. He flip-flopped back and forth. 1 minute, fuck the NFL, fuck Robert Kraft, then he's apologized. You know, and he would have helped the Patriots, but that's not the thing. I think right now you need to address his mental health. He has a serious issue mentally in his personal life. It's not about how good he would have been in football. I think we need to address this. It's a serious thing. I know this is a roasting channel and I should just go out and make fun of him, but I deal with mental health issues myself. Depression, anxiety, OCD, I have bad. I know how bad when your brain's not working properly, you're just not all there. You're not functioning in your right mind, and that's where I think Antonio Brown is. So I'm not going to go there just make fun of him route because I want him to get some help. You know, and jail's not really going to do that, so I hope maybe they sentence him to some mental health treatment or something. I think that's what maybe they'll do some diversion program where he goes to a mental health treatment facility. I don't know if medication will do it or what, but he needs some actual help. So instead of just making fun of this, I just hope he gets the help and get his life back in order. That's all I hope for Antonio Brown. I don't think he'll ever play in the NFL again. So I just hope he gets the mental help he needs to live a happy and normal personal life. That's all, man. I don't really want to, at this channel, I like to make fun of people and laugh at things, but I don't really want to see anyone, in a really bad position. I don't wish jail or anything on someone, anything bad on someone like that. So I just hope Antonio Brown gets the true help he needs, because this is going, like, every time you think this can't get any worse, Antonio Brown makes it worse. It keeps piling and piling. It's a very fastly growing snowball of shit. The shitstorm is getting worse and worse every day. Like, you think rape's bad, then he gets robbery, then he gets, then he's saying fuck the police, fuck the he's all over the place. And obviously I don't even think he's on drugs. I think it is just CT, it's just mental health, and he needs help somehow. I don't think he'll listen to anybody at this point. I don't know, man. I don't know what my suggestion would be. Maybe the threat of prison will help him, so maybe this is a good thing. Everything happens for a reason. I know and believe that. So maybe this is meant to help him, this arrest. It happened for a reason. And hopefully he gets on a road to recovery where, at least he can live a pretty decent life and do, like, some fun things, I don't know what he'd do. Reality shows we might watch, as long as he's somewhat tame. I don't know. He could have a career socially. He could definitely have a career. So hopefully he gets the help he needs to do that successfully. And I think he probably will. I have faith in him. I hope so. But who I will make fun of, though, is Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ. He is getting arrested for sexual assault for slapping the ass of a security guard in the LSU locker room. This is funny because he stared it down, he looked at it intently. He looked like it was just a good steak you just got out, and it's cooked perfectly medium rare. It's that perfect amount of pink and blood you want, and you're staring at it like, I'm gonna eat the shit out of you. Oh, I'm gonna eat so much of you. I'm gonna eat you so fast. You don't even know how fast I'm about to eat you. You're just staring down that steak because it looks so damn good, and you're about to just dominate it. That's what he looked like when he was about to slap that guy's ass. It was quite the intense look. And he just went in for it. He geared up. He, revved up, and he went back and he slapped that thing. And man, the guy jumped up a little bit. He even lifted him off the ground. He hit his ass so hard. He literally lifted him up off the ground. Maybe half shock and surprise, but Odell's, a strong guy. I think he literally got about 6 inches of lift from that guy's ass. I think he cupped it a little bit. I don't think it was full just slap. I think he cupped, kind of grabbed a little bit, because he wanted to get a nice squeeze on it. He really wanted to see what that security guard was working with, and he fucking did. And that security guard, apparently he was trying to stop them from smoking cigars in the locker room, and that's fine, even though they just won the national championship. They're adults. They can. I don't even want to get into that, but whatever. He's annoying them. So Odell does this, to stand up for the kids or whatever. I don't know how that's helping the kids' cause of smoking cigars in there. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna slap his ass. That'll show him. He'll stop bothering us now. He'll let us smoke the cigars now once I slap his ass. And the guys are like, Wait, how is slapping his ass going to help us smoke cigars? OBJ is like, just watch. I got this under control, guys. You've never slapped someone's ass to get out of trouble? You guys are just young guns, young rooks. You'll understand later. You always got to slap someone's ass when you're breaking the law. It always calms the cop down. When you're about to get arrested, if you want to get out of it, just slap him on the ass. That'll definitely just calm him down. He'll let you go after that. Like, oh, well, you know, I was going to arrest you, but then you slapped my ass. So now I'm going to let you go. So that's just what Odell's learned. He's trying to teach these kids. You know, they're young. They're college kids. They need to learn from the best. Odell, you know, one of the best ass slappers. Those hands aren't just for catching one-handed footballs. They're for catching one-handed cheeks, one-handed cheek grabs. That's what they're really good for. You know, he aimed for that right cheek, and that's what he grabbed, you know, one-handed. No problem. You know, he's a one-handed man. He catches footballs, ass cheeks, whatever you want. He does it one-handed. You don't need two hands. Although he probably, for the ass grab, liked to grab with two hands. You know, that's a little much on the first grab, the first slap, so he just went with one hand on that first slap. See, the problem is, Odell would have probably gotten away with the ass slap if he was actually winning. You know, if he had won a Super Bowl in New York, if he took Cleveland to the playoffs and won a few games this year, he would have probably gotten away with that ass slap. Because, you know, everyone wants their ass slapped by a winner. Who wants their ass slapped by a loser? You know, Odell's just a loser now. He hasn't won a Super Bowl. He fucking destroyed a locker room, basically, in New York. He goes to Cleveland. He doesn't win shit. There's a losing record, basically. No one wants their ass slapped by a loser. You know, if you get your ass slapped by a winner, that's not a bad day. Whatever. Hey, I got my ass slapped. Maybe some of that winning karma will rub off on my ass cheek, you know? Everyone doesn't mind getting their ass slapped by a winner. Ooh, I mean, you get your ass slapped by Jeff Bezos or someone winning, no big deal. But you get your ass slapped by the owner of Blockbuster Video or something, then you're not feeling as good. No one wants their ass slapped by a loser. You know, winners get away with things. Failures like OBJ right now, they're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get arrested for that ass slap. The officer just realized at that point, he said, okay, I just got my ass slapped by Odell. What am I gonna do? He's realized Odell, all he's good for is the money. He got the huge contract. So that's all Odell cares about. That's all he's got now is the money. He was handing out the money on the 50-yard line. It's like everyone knows you got a big contract, Odell. You don't need to hand out the money on the 50-yard line. You could have done it, you know, in the locker room or whatever where no one saw you. We all know you're rich. We know you got $90 million. You don't need to, like, flaunt it by handing it out on the 50-yard line. You could do it in private. But that's just Odell for you. He's got to hand it in public. Like, hey guys, remember I'm rich. In case anyone forgot, I'm still rich. I'm still Odell. Just because I don't have the curly blonde hair, I'm still like cool and flashy and flamboyant. I still don't care. I still break rules. And maybe that's what he was looking for with the ass slap. But the guy realized that, hey, I can sue this guy. All he's good for is money. I'm going to sue him for a ton of money. You know, the criminal case, it just looks a lot better. If he wins the criminal case, Odell gets arrested for sexual assault. He's going to win the civil lawsuit. That's all the guy cares about is the civil case, the civil lawsuit. You know, that's what he cares about. But he's pressing charges because that looks a lot better. He needs to win the criminal case, you know, so that looks good for the civil case. He wins the criminal case, he'll definitely win the civil case. He could even lose the criminal case and still win the civil case. Just, you know, ask O.J. Simpson. So he wants to get the money out of Odell because that's all Odell is good for. Odell is kind of like, you know, a shiny new car, and you got an engine in there, and the engine looks shiny and new. But really, you don't know that engine just because it's in a nice shiny new car and it looks shiny and new, but it's actually a shitty old engine. You know, it's like buying, say it's a Lamborghini, you know, but the motor is actually a Kia motor. You know, like your car is beautiful as fuck, but my Hyundai Sonata, you know, the car itself is beautiful as fuck. But my Hyundai Sonata engine just lasted 100,000 miles longer than your engine. You know, my engine's reliable. It never fails me. You know, it's always working hard. The Lambo engine, you know, could be dying every 2 seconds. The engine's like, it's not starting up every time you use the battery. It's just, it doesn't get any gas mileage. Your engine's shitty. Well, my engine's working hard. You know, always there on the job, always starting, going on long road trips. My engine is reliable. It's just in a Hyundai package, so it's not as good. Your package, yeah, it's a Lambo. It looks pretty as hell, but your engine, maybe it's going out on a yacht before a big road trip that you have to go on. You're moving for work. You're moving across the country. You need to go on a long road trip across the country. and the night before your long road trip, your Lambo engine is going out on a yacht and partying with a bunch of his other engine friends and a bunch of female engines, and he's getting all messed up and taking pictures and putting them on Instagram, all that shit, you know. And my engine's sleeping in, training, you know, getting ready. He's all filled up on coolant and oil and everything. My engine's ready to go the next morning, starts, and we're driving cross country. Your engine fails, you know, once again, it doesn't start up, it's not there, it folds under the pressure of the long drive. Your engine just looks nice on the outside, looks good on the exterior, but is actually deep down the shittiest engine you could get. Or just an overrated engine. It's an alright engine. Your engine works from time to time. It's just overrated, and it's just actually shittier than my working class engine, because mine works hard and has become a better engine than your engine. Alright, you get it? Get it? Have I fucking burned out this engine metaphor or what? It was pretty good at first when I wrote it, but I think I've burned you out on it. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about by this point. But you get the point, you know. You can have a Lamborghini, and because it looks shiny, new, and it's just got the reputation as being great, you think that engine's great, but then you buy your Hyundai Elantra, and it's got just an average engine, but in the end, that engine ends up working for 300,000 miles, while your Lambo engine explodes at 57,000. So you never know. So you never know, you know, just because an engine is shiny and expensive, and so all I'm saying is you never know. Just because it's a Lamborghini, it's shiny, it's expensive, it looks good on the outside, doesn't mean it actually is built to be a hard-working engine. You know, you can't see an engine's heart and determination just because it's expensive. You know, the cheap engine could actually have a heart of fucking iron and gold or whatever. It just wants to work, and that thing's gonna work in rain, sleet, or snow. That engine is always there because it came from a D2 school of engines, and it's got something to prove. It's got a chip on its shoulder of the engine, so it's gonna work harder than your Lambo engine. And that's all Odell is. He's a Lamborghini that may not be as reliable as your fucking, well, it might be more reliable than a Kia, but let's just say Hyundais are always pretty reliable to me for a cheap car. So let's just say Odell is that expensive Lambo that probably isn't as good as your just steady, reliable old Hyundai. You know, you're a Mohamed Sanu or whatever. Mohamed Sanu's probably a better receiver than fucking Odell because he works hard and he's always there. He's reliable. Odell, you know, Mohamed Sanu doesn't say anything. He doesn't ruin the team's chemistry. He doesn't need the ball a million times. He's not complaining about the quarterback ruining your locker room. You know, Mohamed Sanu just shows up, gives you the catches when you need them, catches every ball thrown to him. You know, he can run after the catch. He just does. He's just a reliable, good receiver. He's always there when you need him. And that's better in the end than your flashy guy that's worth 90 million or, you know, pretends to be worth 90 million, because in the end, he's not even as good as your guy that's worth 5 million. Your 5 million guy actually works out better and, you know, takes you to Super Bowls, actually wins games. What has Odell won? Not too much. Odell has won an ass-slapping contest and, you know, fooling people that he wasn't doing cocaine that night. That's all Odell's ever won in life. So that's just my opinion, though. Hey, you know, you might like him. You might like to lose your fantasy football season. I don't know. That's up to you. You do what you want with your football knowledge. I'm gonna go get me a reliable. I'd rather have fucking Cole Beasley this fantasy football season. Cole Beasley, I guarantee, I don't have these stats in front of me, I guarantee Cole Beasley scored more than Odell Beckham Jr. Or it was at least fucking close. You know, fact check me on that. But I'd rather have fucking reliable old Hyundai Cole Beasley than your Lambo shiny Odell Beckham, because in the end, my fucking Hyundai just outran your Lambo. And hey, maybe if Odell, you know, he likes slapping asses so much, maybe he'll get like 24 hours in jail. And, you know, I'm sure there he can slap plenty of dudes' asses while they're near a shower or whatever. You know, I'm sure he'll find enough asses to slap there in a locker room type setting. You know, when they got towels on and whatnot. I'm sure he'll get more than enough asses to slap there. He'll get all the action he wants there. Trust me on that one. And finally, the Astros and Red Sox did not get their World Series stripped from them for stealing signs. Personally, I just think the Astros maybe in baseball made up this entire story because who the fuck cares that the Astros won a World Series? If the Red Sox, the Dodgers, or the Yankees don't win a World Series, who the fuck cares? So I think maybe just no one was paying attention to baseball or knew who won the World Series. So they're like, hey, let's make up some crazy shit so people care about baseball and World Series championships again, you know? I care about baseball, but your normal person doesn't really. But if you hear some wild wire shit, you know, some CIA intelligence type shit to steal signs, then I might be more interested. So I think it's just all made up by MLB, because what are we talking about nowadays? We're talking about baseball, and we certainly weren't going to do that before. If this wasn't a story, we would not be talking about baseball right now with basketball and football on. You know, baseball would not be even thought of. So by making up this crazy story, you know, which clearly is true, I know it's true, but making this up, you know, makes a little excitement in baseball. So who cares if you're not cheating? You know, you're sitting home during the playoffs. You're not going to the World Series. You're sitting home. So you want to be the Miami Marlins and rebuilding? Yeah, we're going to be good in year 2035, guys. Just wait. We're going to be good then. Just wait 10 or 12 years and we're going to be good. Just give me a second here. Just give me a decade and we'll be good. I promise. Just hold on tight there. No. You want to win now. You want to win right this second. So you might as well fucking cheat. Load up the wires. Because at least you're playing in the fucking World Series and you still get to keep your championship. So you're still a World Series champion. So fucking who cares? Load me up with wires. Put the wire, the chip on, whatever the hell it is, put it on. We'll still be World Series champions, and they'll be talking about us more because we know they normally wouldn't because we're a baseball team in Houston. And who cares if we win the World Series? So that's it, guys. I think that's the fucking real lowdown, the real scoop. This is just kind of all fake. They just added in little slaps in the audio just so we can get some salacious news stories so we can talk about baseball and everyone could be like, oh shit, I didn't know that Houston Astros won the World Series 2 years ago. That's cool. Good to see. You know? So at least we're talking about baseball, and I think personally, fuck it, let's make baseball more exciting. They want to juice the balls and make them go farther and hit more home runs. Why not let them wear the wire and their buzzing device so they know what pitch is coming? Then they got a better chance to hit more home runs. Then it's more exciting. Then we're talking about there's more action. Why not? You know, I'm down with the robot umpires. Let's not get shit wrong anymore. And let's bring some more technology in. Fuck it, let's know what pitch is coming. It can't hurt. It can only, you know, help. Who cares what the pitchers think? It only helps the batters hit home runs. And in the end, that's all that's exciting in baseball is fucking home runs or them stealing home runs, catching them. So let's help them hit home runs. Let's get those wires on everybody. Fuck it. You know, clearly you don't care enough to take their World Series away. So fuck it. Let's all even it up, because if you're not cheating, you're not trying, they say. So teams are still going to be cheating. If you think other teams aren't doing this or haven't been doing this, you're fucking crazy.